this is the 5 steps of social selling that I have come up with over the years and refined it and changed it. I'm always changing it, but it's always based on traditional marketing concepts. And the reason I built the platform is that I want to help you to embrace the 5 pillars in a way that's easy for you. You don't have to be a marketing expert. You just have to answer the questions that I have come up with that I know work. You answer the questions and the platform will do all the work for you. So let's look at the first step 1, getting clear on your message. Creating content on social media is not a strategy. So let's just look at step 1, your offer. And this is the starting point. And I know there's a few people here in my coaching program with me today, and I know they'll be able to vouch, where I always say, if you're not clear on your offer, it's very hard for your marketing to work. 69% of struggling businesses reported having an unclear offer. So if you can't use social media to promote an offer, if you can't clearly define it. So your offer is not, I do one-to-one coaching, or I do group coaching, or I run retreats. That's just a format for how you deliver your offer. So your offer is the main thing you sell consistently. It's the centerpiece of your business model. It may be a program, a package, or a service that delivers your signature transformation. And the word transformation is hugely important there, because people don't buy a process, they buy a result. And the transformation is what makes your offer irresistible. So it's not what you do, it's how you make the life of your ideal customer better or different after they've worked with you. And if you can get clear on your core offer, everything in your marketing becomes a little easier. And then once you've got clear on your offer, then you need to work on your messaging. I always say in our agency, the reason marketing campaigns don't work is not because you didn't run a campaign, but it's because the messaging wasn't persuasive enough. And in this world, which is even more busy with AI content, getting clear on your message, creating persuasive messaging has been never as important as it is now. So positioning is, why would someone choose to work with you? Now, the story-driven insight posts will really help with that. So what can you say that others can't? I have a few examples of things that popped out at me. So people generally forget why they do what they do, and they don't use it in their messaging. This is Mona. She was on my coaching program a few months ago. Her business is called The Sounding Board. But imagine she had actually forgotten that when she was 19, she became a volunteer with the Samaritans, and she started listening and helping people. Now, how does that differentiate her? She wasn't even using it because she'd forgotten about it. So my platform is engineered to make you remember those things and to use it all the way through your messaging. Fionn Gogarty, I always call this my balsamic vinegar moment. So Fionn makes vinegar. And when I said to him, like, why do you make vinegar? And he said, well, during COVID, nobody wanted to buy art. I'm an artist. So I started making vinegar. Now, I had no want to even taste his vinegar after he said that. But I pushed him. I said, geez, there has to be more to it than that, Fionn. And then he thought about it for a while, and then he remembered. Well, my grandmother is from Provence in France, and she taught me how to make balsamic vinegar using the traditional French methods. And my other grandmother is from Donegal, and she taught me how to forage for wild foods, and I married the two, and that's where I came up with my vinegar. Now, I don't know about you, but I was like, I want to taste that vinegar right now after hearing that. So what can you say that others can't? That's just one part of your positioning. So if you don't know what makes you different, your audience won't either. And strong positioning helps you avoid competing on price, and it helps you attract the right audience. The other thing you need to know is, yes, how you're different, but you also need to know your customer. And you need to not just be using social media to put in generic prompts about who you're targeting and generic targeting, because it doesn't work. In my experience, people are targeting on the surface, and you need to go right down into the roots to really target people at a deep level in order for your messaging to stand out. If you don't understand what your ideal customer emotional pain, their desires, if you don't know that, then your messaging will always be weak. And this applies to everything in your business, not just content. It applies to your business proposals, your sales pages, your website, your lead magnets, your emails, your social media content, your ads, everything. So persuasive messaging is not telling somebody what you do. It's compelling them to take an action that matters to them. Okay. So what makes our message persuasive? It speaks to a specific point or desire and shows a specific tangible result or outcome. So they're the first two steps in my pillars, traditional marketing concepts, but we're now using them and applying them to our social media. So when it comes to social media, if your core offer messaging or your messaging is out of alignment with your content, can you now see how creating content in isolation without having these parts of the puzzle all lined up will mean that you could be spending a lot of time and effort without getting results? So can you see that if you're not 100% on your core offer and your messaging, how your social media content may be out of alignment? I hope you can, because that's hugely important. What we want to do with our social media content is that it's intentional and that it is all aligned with our marketing strategy. So that brings us then to step 4. So I actually analyzed social selling assessments of over 300 business owners in the last 6 months. And what I found was that the lowest scoring area for businesses in terms of social selling was lead generation. 27% of businesses don't have a lead generation system. That's massive. Most SMEs are spending hours on social media with no clear mechanism to move those followers into a sales pipeline. And most of the lead generation systems that people have are totally out of alignment with their core offer and totally out of alignment with the content they're creating. And it just means that they either don't have any lead generation systems, or their lead generation is really poor quality and it's not working at all. So why do we need a lead generation system? Well, if you're selling a product that is 20 euros, 40 euros, 100 euros. You can go online, and as long as you look trustworthy, and there's a bit of a challenge now these days with all the fake stuff, people will spend that money without thinking too much. But if you're a coach or a consultant, or if you're selling something a little bit more high end, it's a few hundred euros or a few thousand euros, people will not just go from social media and buy. If you put an ad up and say, I'm starting a coaching program, it's 2,000 euros, they won't, I guarantee you, they won't buy. So what we need to see is social media is absolutely a way we can use it. But what we need to do is use it to find our leads. And our leads we bring offline, and we have conversations and sales conversations. And so we don't see social media as a place to sell the services. We see social media as a place to use our lead magnets to find the leads. We take the leads offline, we have conversations, and we sell in person. So that's a really important thing to note as well. Email marketing is also hugely part of this, because once somebody has signed up for a lead magnet with us, then we have to nurture them towards a sales conversation. I always say the people that make the most money from social media aren't the people with the most following. In fact, it's the people with the largest email lists, because the people on your email list are your warmest prospects, and your challenge is to nurture them through to a sales call where you'll close the deal. So a social sales system, which is what my new platform is, it's a system for helping you build that. It helps you to build your lead magnets. It helps you to get clear on your core offer. It helps you to get clear on your messaging, because you answer the questions. It does all the heavy lifting. And I'm going to show you what that looks like as well in a few minutes. It helps you avoid the nurture trap. And the 5th pillar there we talk about is AI. Again, with AI, we do want to embrace it. We do want to use it. It will help us get better results faster. But you need to be in the driving seat, and your AI needs to be your co-pilot. If you let the AI be the lead, you're losing, okay? Because you're going to lose your voice. You're going to lose what makes you unique, and you'll find it harder to attract your ideal client. Another thing I analyzed from doing all this analysis of the 300 social selling assessments was that the people who scored the highest in the assessment on the AI section, but the lowest across all the other sections like lead generation, they were the ones stuck earning the least amount of money. So it just proves that if you're using AI without having your marketing strategy, you could be just contributing to noise, but not actually creating something that's going to generate leads for your business. I have been working for 15 years in this whole space, and I have an agency. I work with my clients every day. I have academy clients. I have coaching clients, which I've taken them through the 8 steps that are in the platform. And what I did was I looked at the blueprint of my coaching programs, and I used all the questions that I take people through week in, week out in my coaching programs, which are my high-end product. And I wanted to create an online platform which is self-led. So somebody can go in and they can create their own selling system themselves, because all the AI is worked into it. It will do all the hard work for you. That's what this platform is. It takes you through your core messages, your buyer personas, your core offer. It takes you through your lead generation, your opt-in pages, your email journeys. But I tell you, and I'm going to show you now, it makes it super easy for you to do. One of the first of its kind in the world. I don't know another system that does this, and I'm really proud to present it to you here today. It's that marketing piece that people tend to forget about. And remember, it uses AI, but it also uses your voice and your tone. So what does it do? So the pillar one, it fixes your offer. So in my experience, most people need to click to fix their offer. So step one, it takes you through positioning. Step two, it takes you through building your persona. Step three, it takes you through really getting clear on your core offer and your offer stack. Now, you have to do each step in order. You cannot do step three till you've done step one and step two because you don't have the information. And that is the way I have designed this whole, my coaching programs, but also this online platform, because I know it works. So I know the process that people follow. Step four then helps you through your signature framework. And what's really interesting about this platform and really unique about it is that once you save all the answers which you have to answer to do step 1, 2, 3, and 4, it then uses all that information in the second part to help you with your lead generation, to help you write your opt-in pages and your sales pages in minutes, to help you write an email journey with 6 emails by clicking a button. Okay, so it makes everything super easy, but it comes in your voice. And then I showed you the social media content creation today, where you're adding in your stories. But any stories that you've shared with the system in step 1 or step 2 will then it uses those to help you with your content creation as well. So the system is smart and helps you use it. So let me show you the outputs for step 1. I ask you some specific questions and then you press generate your core messages. It gives you your brand core messages. Some of that's missing there. It gives you your key value proposition. It gives you your differentiation opportunities. It gives you your messaging themes for content and your brand personality. Somebody came back to me having just finished step 1 and they said, oh, I just did step 1 and I rewrote my whole website. So you can use this not just for your social media or your lead generation, but you can use it for your messaging in general. In step 2, you create your buyer persona. Again, you just answer specific questions in the text boxes. You press generate persona, and it will give you your persona. It'll give you their daily pain and frustrations, their emotional triggers, their hopes and dreams, their vocabulary of desire, their decision criteria, or core belief. And then the system remembers it when you need to write a sales page, an opt-in page, or an email later on in the system. In step 3, it really helps you get clear on your core offer. So it takes you through your basics, your transformation, you answer all these questions, your social proof, your time frame. You don't need to worry about how it's all formatted, set up. You just need to answer the questions, and I'm taking you through them in a very logical and sequential order. And then you get your core offer summary, and then from there you create a sales page in absolutely minutes. Step 4 then is your lead generation systems. It's currently an online assessment. It helps you write that assessment, which is a really effective way, working exceptionally well on social media right now. Step 5 helps you write your opt-in page. You simply write your headline, your subheadline, your intro. It's all you're doing is pressing generate, you're approving and continue. And then you go on, you've got your opt-in pages written in minutes. Your email journeys, this is my favorite part. You can just say generate all emails and it will write 6 emails for you instantly in your voice, in your tone. It's going to be using stories that you've shared in step 1, advice that you've shared in step 2. It's going to be sharing testimonials that you've shared earlier on, all written for you within a few minutes. So this is going to make your marketing so much easier and so much more effective. And then in the last step 9, it helps you to develop your digital ecosystem. And there's even a section in here that if you wanted to be able to pitch mainstream media, you just fill in the answers and it will write a pitch or will write a press release for you. That's all baked into the system. And everything that all the assets that you create, whether it's your core messages, your buyer persona, your core offer, your assessments, your opt-in pages, they're all shared to your asset library. And so if you wanted to download all into one amazing document and have it all there as your plan, you can. If you're a freelancer or if you have an agency, you can do it for your clients. And there's a freelancer version of this planner, which allows you to have 5 different profiles at the one time.